and welcome back to another episode of the Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast. This is episode number 20. I am your host, Andrew Rogers. It is absolutely great to be back with you guys once again. Thank you very much for tuning in, as always. We are getting, we are getting so pumped for the WOSHL playoffs that begin in 1 week's time, roughly. As we get into the last weekend here in the regular season, 3 games upcoming this weekend. How they go, well, we're going to get into all of that. But like I say, playoffs right around the corner. And if that video in the opening doesn't get you hyped up for playoffs, I mean, man, oh man, there's a lot of more questions than answers there. But no, anyone who's followed this league should be pumped for this time of year. It really is the most wonderful time of year. WOSHL playoffs right around the corner. We're first of all, yeah, we got a lot to cover here, guys, on this edition of the podcast. As always, we have video highlights from this past weekend in the WOSHL. There was a lot of games on tap with a lot of standings ramifications, and we'll get to all that, break it down on the other side of that. Our WOSHL game of the week, courtesy of 509 Sports Online, was the Aaron Blitz and the Plattsville Lakers in Plattsville this past Sunday. And we appreciate all their hard work and dedication throughout the course of the season and obviously in the playoffs. So very excited for their partnership. I know they're super busy over there, so can't give them enough credit. Like I say, guys, what we'll do as well is we'll break down. We have a matchup confirmed in the playoffs. We'll go through that. We also have some teams that have seasons that have ended, and we'll give you a season review page that will show you just with some stats and give you a kind of a wrap on their season with that. But there is still some spots to be determined. At least that 7 and 8 spot is to be determined still. But we'll get into all that in a moment. But first, guys, one more thing before we get into our video highlights from this past weekend. Our guest on the podcast today from the Tilbury Bluebirds, number 4 defenseman Cole Chevalier. And we had a really good conversation, and we'll show you guys that in a little bit as well. But without further ado, we're going to get right into our video highlights and show you all the action from this past weekend in the Western Ontario Super Hockey League.
It's the Strathroy Jets hosting the Stratford Fighting Irish this past Friday at the Gemini Sportsplex in Strathroy. Jets get on the board first in this one, courtesy of the power play. Number 93, Brandon Buck makes his way into the zone. His wraparound beats Darren Smith of the Irish, 1-0 Jets. Halfway through the first, Jets looking for more. Power move to the net pays off for Kobe Ferreira. He tucks it in past Smith to give the Jets a 2-0 lead. Another Jets power play, less than a minute left in the first. Watch this precision passing. Buck is going to finish for his second of the period. Jets lead 3-0 after 1. Second period, Irish trying to get back into the hockey game. And like a week ago, it's Josh Diamond in all-star form. Big save here off Cameron Stokes. That keeps the game at 3-0. Halfway through the frame, more from the Jets. Keep an eye on number 3, Aaron Ross. He's left all alone in the slot, makes a move in front of Smith and beats the Irish netminder. Jets extend the lead, it's 4-0. Less than 5 to play, Jets strike again, this time shorthanded. Mike Bandarelli with the almost 100-foot breakaway dekes out Darren Smith, making it 5-0 Strathroy. Minute left in the period, pass is going to come ahead to Cameron Amos. He is hauled down trying to get a shot on goal. Referees immediately calling for the penalty shot. Amos will then come in on Darren Smith, goes to the backhand right through the 5-hole of Smith. It's 6-0 Jets as they score on the power play, shorthanded, even strength, and on the penalty shot through 2 periods of play. Third period, 6.5 in, another Jets power play. It's once again Amos sniping his second goal of the game, 7-0 Jets. 3 minutes later, puck ahead for the Jets, another odd man rush. This time, it's Andrew Secco. He's going to keep and beat Smith on the blocker side. 8-0 Jets. Jets are going to cap off this rout late in the third period. Pat McNeil is going to take this centering pass. His shot beats Smith. Jets win this one convincingly 9-0. Improved to 13-10-0 on the year, while the Irish fall to 18-5 on the season. Josh Diamond making 40 saves for the shutout and his 10th win of the season. It's the final regular season game for the defending WOSHL champion Elora Rocks as they host the Tilbury Thunder, and a makeup game for their December 23rd matchup that was cancelled due to weather. Pick things up here in the second period. A minute into the frame, we get our first goal of the contest. Thunder trying to get the puck out of the zone. Elora turns it over, and it's defenseman Mike Giacometti scoring his 7th past goaltender Matt Sagrad of the Thunder. It's 1-0 Rocks. 6 minutes later, Rocks on the power play, this time looking to add to their lead. Rocks leading scorer Chad Heron is going to go to the net hard, and he slams it home. That's his 23rd of the season. Elora is up 2-0. A few minutes later, Thunder face off in the Rocks zone, looking for to answer to get back in the hockey game, but Colin Dunn of the Rocks stands tall, pun intended, keeping the score at 2-0 Elora. Rocks take advantage of their stellar goaltending. Elora intercepting the puck in the neutral zone here, and they come the other way. What a pass from Blaze Bridges. It's on the tape of Alex Utley. He makes no mistake for his 14th of the season. That makes it 3-0 heading into the third period. Third period now. Thunder on the power play looking to start a comeback. Shot from the line, however, is gobbled up by Colin Dunn. Same power play. Once again, Dunn comes up huge. Turnover deep in the Elora zone leads to this high danger opportunity, but Dunn with the save once again. Power play running down, and this time the Thunder break through. Justin Abraham with the howitzer from the blue line finds a way past the glove hand of Colin Dunn, and that breaks the shutout. It's 3-1 Elora. However, that is as close as Tilbury would come, as in the dying minute, puck is going to be deposited into the empty net by Sean Pickering, with Sagrad on the bench for the extra attacker. That would make it 4-1 Rocks at that point, and that is your final score. Elora, with the win, finishes their season at 18-4-2, while the Thunder's record falls to 15-7-0.
To get things started. Decent crowd tonight here in Tilbury. Not the usual 600, but they've got some late movers and people will be rolling in very, very shortly as referees have dropped puck for the opening faceoff. And play is underway here in Tilbury. Puck is dumped in. White and baby blue and dark blue. Now taking is Mandarelli. Drops it off. Here come the Jets up the ice. A long pass fired up, broken up by Roth. Roth on the move. He's a shifty hockey player. Love to have him on your team, that's for sure. Roth moves past Alkin, centers him in front. Winkworth couldn't handle that pass. He was set up. McIntyre snapper through traffic. And Malcolm saw that one all the way in and not. Puck Winkworth to Roth. Here comes Roth. Scott Van Teeling with him stepping up the play is Jennings. Roth pulls up the blue line, has a look. Tips it through traffic. Jennings, quick, that scores! As the Tilbury Bluebirds onto the board. This is a new stick. So that going to take it off on the Bluebirds. Deep in the Strathroy zone. Bouncing puck. Around the boards it goes. Chevalier to Lawrence. Lawrence. Quick shot. Scores! What a nifty shot that was. Lawrence short side. He saw a small hole. I guess not. They're going to leave him in again. Jets win the draw. Back to Arvine. Puts it toward the net. They save by Polidori. Saw it. Checked in behind the boards. Baker tries to put it through. Ratton just turns it and handles it around. Now Geller takes it. He chops it up along the boards to the neutral zone. And Mandarelli going to carry it in. Has a look. Waits. Puts it just wide of the net. Not going to get a stick on that one. Quick shot. Scores! Baker fired that one and beat Paul. Mandarelli wins the draw. Comes back to the point to Secco. Secco fires it, and that was blocked. And racing after it is Lawrence. Lawrence has one. Fires it. Scores! Lawrence fires it home. Just inside the blue line to make it 3-1. A little insurance marker here. As the shaking of hands goes on. The final score tonight, 3-1. Tilbury has defeated Strathroy. This is going to be a playoff preview. And thank you for joining us tonight on Hockey TV. the Western Ontario Super Hockey League.
For the playoffs.
The playoffs start on March 3rd, so we look forward to having you join us March 3rd as the playoffs start for the Tilsonburg Thunder. We are getting ready for the face-off, and we are ready to go. We welcome Trevor Rosborough and Mike Slats as the new coaches for the Tilsonburg Thunder. It's good to have you with us, and thank you for joining the Thunder family. We are underway. It is kept in by Kobayashi. Kobayashi over to Geldart. Puck's in the corner. Behind the net. Jeff White for the Blitz tries to get the puck out and does. Going after the puck is Colson. There's a line change. Here come the Thunder. Oh, just goes for the shot. There's a shot. Scores! What a goal. Derek Slot gets the goal, and I think possibly Jordan Kobayashi got the assist. Great shot. Opportunity, but the puck went off the stick for the Blitz player. Now here they come. Lightfoot shoots. Oh, great save. Probably the game save so far by Sagret.
Sagret seems to be on top of his game tonight. So we're 13:49 here to go in first period. Shots are now 5-4.
Now here come the Blitz. 3-on-1. They're moving in. Here comes the shot. Just wide. It'll be picked up by Curtis Christo, and we have a stoppage in play, and I think they're calling it a goal.
Anyway, they're counting it, so it's 1-1 with 11:23 to go here in the first period. Shots are even at 6 apiece.
We are behind the Blitz zone. Thunder trying to get possession of the puck here. Fighting as much as they can. Trying to keep him honest. Hayland Ireland trying to make sure that he doesn't cut away. There's a shot. Scores! Quick shot by Kane Gildart, and he gets himself
Some good work in the corner by Mitch
a great
Brown.
goal.
He was getting mugged.
It's taken there by Rebry. Rebry has the puck. He sends it over and gets it over to Abraham. Rebry shoots.
What a shot.
Scores! Rebry gets the goal.
As somebody once said, what a cannonading drive from the blue line that one was. Perfect shot. The goalie cut it out. He even saw it.
Shoots it behind the net. Picked up there by Abraham. Abraham shoots. Nice stop. Puck's behind the net. Thunder have it. They're looking for a player to pass to.
Utilized players
Shot
are
out
back
front.
on the ice. They're full strength again.
Taken to the point. Sent to the other side. There's a shot. Another stop by the goaltender. Green goes after the puck. Sent into the corner. Picked up there by Slot. Back to Green. To Abraham. Abraham shoots the puck. Scores! Puck is shot out front. Green is going for the puck. Tries to send it around. It's kept in there. There's a shot. Nice deflection. Oh, what a deflection. Great shot. The shot was taken by Barletta, and I think the person who got the goal was McGuffin. I'm not sure who got the goal. Intercepted. Slot has it again. Sent out to McQueen. McQueen is going to go in the zone. He's made it in the zone. Going in front of the net. Shoots.
And scores.
Well,
That was a beautiful effort by McQueen in favor of the Thunder.
Rebry wins the faceoff. Blitz are going after it as White goes after the puck. It is behind his own net. Now the Blitz clear the zone. Taken there by Lightfoot. Lightfoot comes into the zone. Still has the puck. Sent over to White. There's a shot. Score!
Oh.
That looked like it was through the legs over to the Blitz player, and they get there just as you were saying.
In off the post. That's all right.
Bourget has the puck. He shoots it up. Pass it to Tut. Intercepted there by McGuffin. McGuffin to the blue line. It's all the way over to Brown.
Whoa! Seeing eye shot there by Kobayashi, right between the goaltender's legs.
That's the puck. Barletta shoots it across to Knotts. Knotts passes it over to Barletta, intercepted by the Blitz. Out front, there's a shot. Score!
Oh, that one stuck through. So
with 3.5 seconds left in the game, the Blitz get their goal, and
no quit in the Aaron Blitz tonight, that's for sure. They came to play.
they dropped the puck and just let the time run out.
And that'll do it. That was a big win for the Thunder. Our next broadcast will be in the playoffs when we meet the Strathroy Jets. We're still trying to figure out what the schedule is going to be. Stay tuned to the WOSHL website for updates on the scheduling.
It's our Western Ontario Super Hockey League Game of the Week from the Plattsville Arena. The Plattsville Lakers on home ice playing host to the Aaron Blitz. The Blitz finding their footing late in the season, winning 3 of their last 5, and the Lakers looking to defend their barn and send the Blitz packing. First period as the Lakers coming close early. Alexander Marcusello dings it off the post, but it stays out. Then it's the Blitz on the rush, and it's a clapper from Joseph Franson. He gains the line and blasts it in! That's a beauty shot from the Blitz blue liner, and it's 1-0 Aaron. The Blitz keep coming, but look out for Maxim Noskov. He lays out his man at center ice, but the Blitz keep the play alive. Liam Silva gets the feed, and he gets the goal! That's Silva's 4th of the season, and the Blitz wouldn't stop there. Only moments later, and it's a great setup from Jacob Miller. He sets up Jordan Tutt for the one-timer, and it's money from Tutt! That's another for the Blitz, and they're at 3. Still in the first, and it's more Blitz offense. Maxwell Lightfoot floats in, and he sends it home! That's 3 back-to-back goals for Aaron, and they're up by 4, heading to the second. In the second now, and how about Jacob Miller? He's alone in the slot, and it's bar down for Miller! That's a bullet out of a shot, and it's 5-0 Aaron. Plattsville back the other way, still looking to get on the board. Vito Scaringi pulls a sweet move out front, and the Lakers get one back. That goal makes it 5-1 midway through the second. The Blitz unbothered, however, and later in the frame it's more from Aaron. Liam Galton slams this one home, and it's 6-1 Aaron. Head to the third now, and it's more from Jacob Miller. He's got space on the wall, and he roofs another. That's 2 for Miller, and the Blitz are at 7. Then it's another Blitz rush, and it's a good setup for Joey Wariwoda. His one-timer finds the goal mesh, and it's 8 for Aaron. The Blitz would add a few more, but let's end with some fireworks. Jacob Colson tangled up with Vito Scaringi in front of the Lakers' net. The two dance before taking it to the ice as things wind down in Plattsville. So it's a huge win for the Blitz in our WOSHL Game of the Week as they take it over the Plattsville Lakers by a final score of 12-1.
We go to Tilbury, Ontario in the Tilbury Arena for the regular season finale for both the Tilbury Bluebirds and the Stratford Fighting Irish. League's top goalie Ryan Polidori making his 22nd start in search of his 17th win, while Darren Smith makes start number 10, looking to rebound after being shelled in Strathroy 2 nights earlier. Stratford looking to get on the board first. Incredible speed shown here from Warren Gorman. Polidori with the save. Puck is then going to be turned over by Stratford, and it's Tilbury going the other way. Michael McIntyre is going to lead this 3-on-2 rush, and he's going to finish past the helpless Darren Smith. McIntyre's 3rd of the year. It's 1-0 Bluebirds. 5 minutes later, Bluebirds looking for more. Tons of pressure in the Irish zone. Puck is going to be back to the point. Cade McKimmon has all day to walk into this one. His shot beats Darren Smith. It's 2-0 Tilbury. Stratford looking to respond, and they turn the puck over at the Tilbury blue line. Polidori making the save. Rebound hops over the Irish player's stick, and the Bluebirds offense taking off the other way. Watch this alley-oop pass from Stephane Crevier onto the stick of Travis Winkworth. He goes to the backhand to beat Smith for his 15th. Matches the jersey number. It's 3-0 Bluebirds. Ensuing face-off, and it doesn't take long for Tilbury's Globetrotter offense to strike again. This time, Mitch Van Teeling is going to score before the camera pans over. Van Teeling's 13th makes it 4-0 Tilbury heading to the first intermission. Second period, Bluebirds win the draw and they work the puck around perfectly. Eric Winter's 7th of the season past Smith. Bluebirds extend the lead. It's 5-0. Bluebirds power play now, looking to add to their lead. They work it around the outside, controlling the play. Eventually, it's going to be Crevier shooting it from the line. Somehow evades Smith of the Irish. Crevier's 6th of the season on the power play makes it 6-0. Bluebirds looking for more on the power play once again. This time it's Ryan Crevedon and Cole Chevalier working the give and go perfectly. Crevatin finishes at 7-0 Tilbury. Less than 6 to play. Irish on the power play now. And they're finally going to break through, breaking the Polidori shutout bid. Puck is going to bound out to Warren Gorman, who stuffs it in the top of the net. Polidori looking the other way. Irish on the board. It's 7-1 Tilbury heading to the third period. Third period, after surrendering seven, Darren Smith shows no quit. What a save here by the Irish netminder. Not to be outdone on the other side of things, Ryan Polidori with a nice save here off the stick of Mitchell Casey of the Irish. That keeps the game at 7-1. Irish with more pressure in the period, but more splendid goaltending from Ryan Polidori as he registers win number 17 in his 22nd start of the year. He finishes the season 17-4-1 as the Bluebirds win the last game of the regular season for both teams by a final of 7-1. With the win, Bluebirds clinch first in the WOSHL standings, first round opponent undetermined. While for the Irish, they clinch third. They will draw the red-hot Aaron Blitz in a best-of-5 first round. Playoffs begin March 3rd.
Yeah, guys, from there, we want to jump right into our standings. As you guys can see, the top spot in the WOSHL standings, the mighty Expedite trophy-winning Tilbury Bluebirds, a 19-4-1 on the year, 39 points. They finish one better than the Elora Rocks. Look at that plus-minus in goal differential, plus 83, unreal for them, allowing a league-low 64 goals. Kudos to Ryan Polidori on that one because he finishes with a record of 17-4-2, or 17-4-1, excuse me, but has an unbelievable year in 22 starts. Second place is the Elora Rocks, who finish 18-4-2. They win their last 9 games in a row to finish the season at 38 points, plus minus of 72 in the goal differential. Stratford, with a rough weekend there, sees their goal differential drop substantially. They finish 18-6-0 in third place. Plus minus is plus 55. Tilsburg, they still have a game left. They are 16-7. They will finish fourth. Like I say, Stratford third, Elora 2, Tilbury 1. So Tilsburg gets one game left. They've scored a league high 148 goals that they will have the highest goals for this season in WOSHL. Strathroy Jets 13-11. Plus, just across the board, they're pretty even, 97 in, 95 against. But they are in the fifth spot. It would be Tilsburg and Strathroy in the first round. The Aaron Blitz defeated with a big victory over the Plattsville Lakers. They've had an unbelievable last month and a half. They are 7-13-2, and they will take on the Stratford Fighting Irish in the first round. The Alvinston Killer Bees 6-16-1. They will play in the Aaron on Saturday to determine whether or not they finish 7th or 8th. And Plattsville is in with 17-1 record, but they have the tiebreak over Alvinston. So if Aaron beats Alvinston, Alvinston finish 8th, Plattsville 7th. And then you have the Delhi Flames who have two games this weekend, hoping to end on a strong positive note there. But yeah, guys, we'll get to our schedule for this upcoming weekend. But before we do so, we're going to show you our leaderboard. The Tilbury Bluebirds, Dylan Adenemy, number 96. He has 50 points. He leads all scorers, and it looks like it's going to finish out that way. Chad Heron, he has a very, very strong season for the Allura Rocks, 47 points for him. Slavic Chagrincev, 45. Kevin Hugh, 44. League high 30 goals. Tilsonburg's Jamie McQueen with 40 points. He has one game left on his schedule. Travis Winkworth with 39. Ray Robbins with 36 leads all Stratford Fighting Irish scorers. 1 point better than Graham Brulot. Zach Cameron, a very strong season, 36 points. And Hunter Dubecki of Plattsville comes in the 10th spot with 35, tied with Graham Brulot of Stratford. But lots of great scores there all across the board. And then, yeah, guys, one thing we want to look at as well is this upcoming weekend. Playoffs, like I say, begin March 3rd, but we do have one weekend left here to determine some final playoff spots, and that be the 7th and 8th position. So on Saturday, we have two games. The Tilsonburg Thunder travel to Delhi to take on the Flames at the Delhi Arena, 8 o'clock start. Elsewhere, Killer Bees travel to Erin to take on the Erin Blitz at Center 2000. That one also at 8 o'clock. If Alvinston wins, they finish 7th. If they lose, they finish 8th. That's the big game with big implications there. And then on Sunday, also at 3:30, Sunday, our final game of the regular season for all teams, the Delhi Flames and the Erin Blitz at 3:30 Center 2000. So that last game really is nothing, but the Killer Bees and the Erin Blitz determine the final playoff spots. So that'll be the big one. Yeah, as you guys can see here from our bracket, that's how it would end right now. That's how it would go right now if playoffs were to end today. Like I say, one last game to decide it all in terms of the matchups here. Yeah, so let's put a wrap, though, on the seasons that have ended. For Tilbury, obviously, Dylan Denemy, 50 points to lead all scorers. They had a number of big scorers show up for the Bluebirds this season. They had a number of players in double digits, just unbelievable to see. Denemy also paces the team in goals with 26. Chagrincev with 27 points, paces all of them in assists. Ryan Polidori, can't say enough about this guy. 22 games played, 17 wins, 4 losses and an overtime loss. He has an unbelievable season for the Tilbury Bluebirds, and hats off to them and the entire Bluebirds organization on a great first year in WOSHL, and they'll look to continue that momentum come playoff time. Allura Rocks, Chad Heron, unbelievable year for him, 23 and 24 for 47, has a great season. For the Allura Rocks this year in their 18-4-2 record. Colin Dunn was absolutely outstanding. Again, he was one of the top goalies in the WOSHL last year, and he did it again this year. Great record there, 14-3-1 for Colin Dunn, and just a great season from the Allura Rocks all around the board as they win 9 of their last 9 to get to that second spot. Stratford Fighting Irish, 18-6. They finished 3rd. They will take on the Erin Blitz in the first round. For them, Ray Robbins, captain, leads all scorers with 11 and 25. Graham Brulot leads in goals with 20. He has 35 points on the season as he missed the last couple of games with an injury. But great to see lots of scoring across the board there on a very balanced team. Cooper Leach had an unbelievable year for Stratford. Cameron Stokes, big season from him as well. Great to see all across the board because they look to have that Erin Blitz matchup is going to be excellent. It's really going to be good. They're going to have to get heavy goaltending out of both their goaltenders, Stratford will, in this series and beyond. But they had a pretty good goalie tandem this year between Darren Smith and Zach Weir. So hopefully that momentum will continue come playoff time. Like I say, the Tilsonburg, we go to the Strathroy Jets from there. 13-11, 26 points. Mike Mandarelli paces their scoring prowess. And then you have Josh Diamond on the back end in goal, who had an up and down season, but finished 10-9, played a lot of games, and was really the backbone of late for them. And he's going to have to be real good in that first round matchup against Tilsonburg. We move from there to the Plattsville Lakers, who had the league's leading goal scorer anyways, Kevin Hugh with 30 and 14. But he paces all Plattsville scores with 44. Hunter Dubecki with 35, an unbelievable season for him. And it was really a goaltending carousel in Plattsville all season long, but they settled on 2, Frank Bowl and Evgeny Luchko. And you know what? They're going to need them to be huge for them in that first round. If they get Tilbury, they're going to need to stand on their head, and obviously Alora as well, because those are two powerhouses that are going to look to take it to them, and they're going to need goaltending and defense and all the other stuff. But should be a really intriguing first round of the WOSHL playoffs, no question about it. But we really do look forward to figuring out our last matchup. Like I say, this upcoming weekend, Alvin Stenera figures out who will finish 7th, who will finish 8th, and that will round out our first round matchups. So it should be a lot of fun. We should see what happens. Anyways, we should be so lucky, in WOSHL, to be able to follow this great league and all these great players. And again, this is the most wonderful time of year. WOSHL playoffs right around the corner. So from there, guys, we're going to go into our interview on this week's edition of the podcast. He comes by way of Bell River, and he plays defense for the Tilbury Bluebirds and wears number 4. His name is Cole Chevalier. All right, folks, here on the Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast, this is episode number 20, and we are very pleased to be joined with, at this time, number 4, defenseman of the Tilbury Bluebirds, Cole Chevalier, by way of Bell River, Ontario, 29-year-old defenseman of Tilbury. Cole, it's great to have you on here, pal. Thanks a lot for doing this, and welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Hey, better late than never in terms of getting you on the pod. I know we were talking about it earlier in the season, but figured why not now, considering, first of all, congratulations, Tilbury winning the Mighty Expedite trophy for top seed in the WOSHL standings, which is essentially, for anybody who doesn't know by now, the President's Trophy of the WOSHL, which is cool. Congratulations on the top spot, and I guess take us through that. What does that mean for you and for the team, I guess, as an accomplishment for the year?
Yeah, no, it was exciting. We had a good year, obviously. It's just nice to be playing some real hockey again with the guys. A little bit of a buzz around the town of Tilbury for sure. And just kind of head into playoffs knowing that we had such a good regular season and getting rewarded for it at the last game of the season there against Stratford. That was pretty exciting. We had a good night afterwards, so.
Well, that's what I mean. Like 2 big wins too. Like Strathroy Jets on Saturday, like a 3-1 victory for you guys there. That's always been that's been a tough team for you guys this year. And then obviously coming out against Stratford and again getting the win there to solidify first. Take us through that weekend, just like what it was like playing in those games, and I guess having the 4 points come out of it to give you the first place. I mean, that's got to be huge to the confidence rolling into playoffs.
Yeah, no, Strathroy is definitely giving us a hard time all season long. Couple of games, I don't think I had so many weddings this year. I wasn't in the lineup for a couple of the starting games of the season, but the last, I think, 3 games we played them, including the last one there on Saturday. We had a good game on Saturday. To be honest, I don't think they had all their top guns out there. I don't think they were already set to play Tilsonburg, right, I think, before that game. So I don't think they had their full lineup there on Saturday, but I mean, we'll take it. Right. We could use that 2 points for sure to make sure we solidified that first spot. But it was nice to finally beat them and do it at home. Fans in Tilbury are always great. And then Sunday and the next day at home against Stratford too. That was big because the game before that they gave it to us. I mean, we had a late comeback there in Stratford, 6-5, I think it was, but they pretty well gave it to us most of that game. We had a pretty rough game. So it was nice to have a good 4-point weekend there to finish off the season.
Absolutely. And hey, without foreshadowing too much into this here, if Strathroy were to get past Tilsonburg, they would play you in the second round if you guys advance. Just saying. Yeah, best of 7, man. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, like we would look forward to that because with the history of all season. But it was lots of guys. There's a good handful of guys that I played against in Junior B too. In Leamington that played for Strathroy or surrounding teams. Gotcha. London, maybe. I know Mandarelli, I played against him
He's so
career.
good over there.
And he's a good guy. I know him a little bit. But just playing against him my whole life too. He's a good player. Big part of that team.
Definitely. Like you said, I mean, and again, so for you coming into this, right? Like, how did this kind of all come about? You played for Leamington Flyers for a couple of years there, but that's quite a ways back if you look at it from a big picture point. How did this Tilbury opportunity come about for you? And I guess take us through this experience for you coming in, haven't played competitive hockey in a little while, and then obviously your first year with Tilbury.
Yeah. So yeah, just from junior, when I was my overage year when I was 20 years old in Leamington. I had lots of fun in Leamington. We had a great team for my last couple of years in junior, but other than that, it was just beer leagues for the last about 8 years of my life.
Right.
Just work and construct. I'm in the laborers union here in Windsor. I live in Riverside now, just outside of Windsor, but I'm from Bell River. But
Gotcha.
like Denemy kind of, and Scotty Pryor and Austin Broussard, a couple local guys. Austin and Scotty didn't end up playing full time for the team, but Denemy had just kind of seen that he was playing, and then I was kind of, it was just a little bit of a buzz hearing about this new senior team, and so there was going to be some good hockey, real hockey going on with full contact, no beer leagues anymore. And I said, you know what, let's give her a whirl. And next thing I know, I talked to Denemy, then got in touch with Joe, and then I was out there and signed a week or two later, I think. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun, man. It's for us older guys, it feels like junior hockey again. It's just we all got wives, kids, jobs now, and it's the same thing. It's just we're a little bit more mature, and it's I guess some of us, but it's no, it's a lot of fun, man. It's like I said earlier, like such a buzz around Tilbury, and the fans have been great. Every home game we're getting 400 or 500 fans at least in the barn there. It's been awesome. So yeah, a lot of fun, man. We got a great squad, great group of guys. We have a lot of fun, and we're winning games too. So yeah, we're looking forward to playoffs.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like if you're successful on the ice, of course the fans are going to come out and support you for that. I mean, that goes without saying. You give them a product on the ice that they want to come out to every Saturday night at the Tilbury Arena, then they're going to show up in droves. So that's always good to hear. Let's talk about some of those guys that you played with this year. Denemy, obviously the top one there. 50 points for him in 18 games played. That's just unreal. That's like unreal numbers. And I mean, as a guy who's played on the ice with him, and you have a front row view, like what is that like? It's so electric, right?
He's been doing it his whole career. I feel like it's just second nature for him. Like I played against, so he played for LaSalle when I was playing for Leamington,
the Vipers.
Right? So we always battled against each other. It was like the two local teams. Everybody was all local guys. We all knew each other. We'd go out for beers after the games, but it was once we got on the ice, we were trying to kill each other, right? So
right.
Being a defenseman playing against him, it was all we always joke around, like me and a couple of my other buddies that played against him, like we would try to hurt him anytime he was on the ice because we just couldn't let him touch the puck because he'd always score 2 or 3 on us. But yeah, he's such a stud offensively, such a great leader with our guys. And yeah, it sucks not having him there right now with him being away for school in Quebec there. But huge part. Like he's the glue that keeps us all together in that room. So vocal in the room, on the bench, or on the ice. He's been awesome. And like the points are one thing, but yeah, what he does for us behind the scenes too. He's been such a big part of our success all year, big time.
Absolutely. And one of the other guys I want to touch on before we move to a different position here is Travis Winkworth, because I've seen this guy play all year, man. He has such explosive speed. I bet you he's probably one of the fastest guys in this whole league. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, anytime he gets the puck flat-footed, he's got no space. It doesn't look like he's going to beat anybody, and then he blows by 3 guys on the other team. It's like all the defensemen, at least on the defensive side of the bench, we're all going, I have never seen anybody that fast in my life. Like, he is super fast. I mean that. I don't think I've ever seen anybody skate as quick, the acceleration, like from 0 to 100 like that, ever before. Super fast, and it's definitely got him some extra points this year with his speed.
Yeah, and he's, like I say, it's one thing to have speed, but it's another to have finish. And you mentioned that you've played with a couple different people on the defensive end. Like, what is your thought process on how the defensive end of Tilbury has been this year? Like you say, you played with a couple different guys. How has that been for you?
Yeah, I think our defensive core is rock solid, man. We just have, and like obviously, like I said earlier, with the senior hockey, it's you're getting different six guys
Right.
on the blue line every game. I mean, we have our core guys that are usually making it, but there's some guys who have different schedules, they're
Sure.
different commitments, so they're not able to make it every weekend. But yeah, for the most part, man, we have six D on the blue line every game that just battlers, with just all guys that are willing to go that extra mile every time they're on the ice, block shots, take the hit to make the play. And we have some sneaky offensive guys too that can put the puck in the net and make the good offensive play at times too. But for the most part, I'd say we're very, very stingy defensively, and we can get the job done and keep the puck out of the net and help Paulie.
Absolutely. And that's our next goal. So, yeah, like you say, 14 points in 19 games for you this season. A very impressive season by any stretch of the word, no matter how you slice it. And then obviously playing in front of Ryan, who plays 22 games. We win 17 of them. He just had such a great year in every aspect of the word. For a defenseman, especially considering he's your last line of defense, it's got to make you feel confident out there.
Oh yeah, no, he's for a young guy, man. Like he's very mature. Out off the ice and on the ice, he's very vocal. I'm talking to him all game, every shift I'm out there. I'm hearing Paulie behind me, just let me know who's there. If I didn't make the right play, if I did, he's just always a good extra set of eyes behind me to help me out. And I mean, just the saves he's made and the wins that he's racked up throughout the year have been, self-explanatory.
No, absolutely. It's been, like I say, having talked to him, he's just, again, I echo that statement 100%. Like he's just such a good dude, and it's just
Yeah.
such great. It's so good for him to get the results that he's been working so hard to get.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about playoffs then, because those come up here. You guys would open, I believe, on the 4th of March. It would, if the schedule would allow so, I believe it would be a Saturday deal that you guys would start. I'm not 100% sure of that, so don't, it's not 100%, but I think that's would be how it would go. Anyways, right now it could be one of either Alvinston or Plattsville. Plattsville's already finished their season. They both have 13 points. Plattsville 6-17-1. Alvinston 6-16-1. So Alvinston plays against the Aaron Blitz on Saturday. A win and they would finish 7th. A loss and I believe they would drop down to 8th and play you guys. I think that's how that would go, but again, don't quote me on that. But either way, depend of those two teams, like how do you match up against them in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we played Alvinston a lot leading up to the tail end of the season. Like the tail end of the season, we played them a lot. Plattsville, I think I was only, like I said, I had so many weddings this year that I was standing in, so I missed a few games. But Plattsville, I think I only played them once this year. But like I said, like at the end of the day, it's what you do on the ice. It's not what they do. I mean, obviously,
Right.
I have seen Alvinston more myself, but I don't know. We have a confident group, man. We're ready. We're ready for playoffs. We're ready to play anybody. We got a solid guy in the pipes every night. We got solid D, solid forward in the lineup every night. We're ready to go. So, I mean, when it really comes down to it, we don't really care who we play. We're ready to rock. So,
Yeah. And like you say, and we touched on this a little bit, like having finished first, you're going to get home ice throughout the whole thing. And the crowds in Tilbury, you said, have just been phenomenal. Like that's got to be a huge advantage for you guys on the ice to play in front of those fans that are so passionate and vocal and into the game. Like that's got to change everything.
For sure. Yeah. Like I know me personally, like I probably only before this season, I probably only played on that Tilbury ice, even being from Bell River, just 10, 15 minutes down the road.
Right.
I've probably only played on that rink like 2 times in my whole life. And getting up to this season, playing however many home games we played, 12, whatever it was. I love that ice. I love the feel of that rink. The fans have been awesome. And I know the rest of the room would say the same thing. They love it there. Like for example, you go to Stratford or even Alvinston was a little bit of a smaller rink. It seems like
Plattsville's the smallest in the league.
Is it? Yeah. So like I think I played one game in Plattsville, but it was I think closer to the start of the season, maybe the first
Right.
little stretch of the season. And yeah, like just like so I came from playing in Leamington where it's Olympic sized ice,
Right,
right?
of course.
The Heinz, well, it's different name now. It was Heinz Arena when I played there like 10 years ago, but just so much room where you like as a defenseman, you're not getting every dump and you're not getting slammed into the boards when you go retrieve the puck behind the net and you got time to make a good play. Whereas you go to these little rinks, it kind of messes you up a little bit when you're used to that big ice, right? So I know we love the fans in Tilbury, we love the ice, and yeah, we're ready for whoever we play. I mean, we got a bunch of guys that are ready to rock no matter what rink we're playing in, no matter who we're playing. So
Well, and that's just it, right? Like this league's so good in that sense where it doesn't matter on what any given night. If you got your team going that night, you could beat anybody, in my opinion.
yeah.
That's what I love about this league. Cole, the last question I want to ask you before we let you go here, and which has been great having you on so far. This hockey game, I mean, any player will tell you a different reason as to why they love doing what they do or they keep coming back for more. Like after an extended break, I mean, obviously coming in here, it's competitive, which you don't get in beer league, which you've touched on. But what is it about this game that keeps you coming back, that keeps you driving for success? Like, what is it that you love about this game the most?
For me, there's nothing like it. Nothing will ever compare to playing hockey. Like beer leagues is one thing, but playing for a trophy, like winning the expedite, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it called again?
Well, it's just right now, just the WOSHL Championship. That's it could change between then and now, but that's what we'll call it for now.
Playing for a trophy again, and I mean, just the group getting the camaraderie. Like, yeah, there's camaraderie in a beer league room, but going through a full lengthy, guys are battling injuries and just all little things that you get in junior that you're able to kind of bring back into it 10 years later. For me, it's like I never thought in a million years I'd ever be able to play competitive hockey after my overage year in junior B, right? So it's just a lot of fun. Kind of breaks up the weeks. Lots of guys are working hard. They got family lives. They got kids now, the older guys on our team. And, it's something to look forward to outside of home, get back to the rink and go get a sweat on and try to win something with a good group of guys. And, just the battle aspect, just trying to battle for that championship, right? It's just like junior again. There's nothing much else I can compare it to. It's just we're a little bit older now. So
yeah, 29 feeling like 21.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on, man. Well, we've been speaking with Cole Chevalier, number 4, the Tilbury Bluebirds defenseman. They open their WOSHL playoff run next weekend, and their opponent's still undetermined at this point. But we wish you all the best, Cole, in the playoffs. We'll definitely be seeing you, no question about it. And best of luck to Tilbury on their playoff run this upcoming season. It was great having you on. We really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, guys, want to thank Cole for coming on the podcast once again. It was great to speak with him and great to have him on. And obviously, we'll catch up with Cole throughout the course of the playoffs. We also want to thank 509 Sports Online for their contributions to our video highlights. And last but not least, I want to thank you guys for watching another episode of this podcast. We've done 20 of these this season, and it's been an absolute blast for me to be back behind the camera doing these podcasts for you, and then obviously on the mics during the games doing play-by-play on occasion. It should be fun to do playoff games. The games are only going to get harder, so it should be a lot of fun to see how those shake out. Once again, a reminder, the final 3 games of the regular season take place this weekend. Tilsonburg travels to Delhi on Saturday at 8 o'clock. Also Saturday at 8, the Elvins to Killer Bees in the Aaron Blitz from Center 2000. That'll determine 7th and 8th. Then on Sunday, the season wraps with the Delhi Flames and the Aaron Blitz at Center 2000 as well. 3:30 start in that one. It should be a wonderful time as we go get ready and amped up for playoff time. WOSHL playoffs right here. But once again, want to thank you guys for watching another episode of the WOSHL podcast. We'll be back next week with our playoff preview. and season wrap all in one. And we'll get you guys tuned up for the start of WOSHL playoffs, which start Friday, March the 3rd. Andrew Rogers, your host, signing off, and we'll see you guys again next week. Take care.